This is a disclaimer about really training biceps. I try to get y'all to understand. Then you really should only focus on compound movements. That's one. Two, doing push-ups on this won't be a little bit more challenging than you think. I don't know if you notice, you can easily roll the easy bar forward or backward. 20. Now going 20 push-ups with this. Nice and easy. So remember, doing push-ups on this won't be a little bit more challenging than you think. I don't know if you notice, you can easily roll the easy bar forward or backwards, where you can kind of take the tension away from the chest and transfer it to the shoulders. So just make sure you got a solid drive down and up. We're doing 20-20. So this is a disclaimer about really training biceps. I try to get y'all to understand that if your body fat percentage is not extremely low, then you really should only focus on compound movements. That's one. Two, the only time I would really recommend training a secondary area is if you lack a significant amount of strength to be able to maximize your strength when it comes down to that compound movement. Because a great example is when we doing chest press, right? If you lack in a significant amount of forearm strength or tricep strength, then guess what? It makes sense to train and isolate that area. But if it's a situation where you have an adequate amount of strength, then in reality, we can still focus on just training a compound movement because it is working those secondary areas. I think sometimes we forget that. Just imagine the hand placement when we use this machine on rows. You get a phenomenal pump in your biceps. So you see what I mean? So sometimes a lot of people think that when they want to train a certain area that they need to do a lot of this isolation activity. In actuality, sometimes it should be a situation where you should just focus on a compound movement, and when you lack in a significant amount of strength, or it's the point that you want to improve on a little bit more weight, then that's when we would actually transfer to doing that, training that secondary area a little bit more. So just be mindful of that. Or always say, one day out of the week, guess what? Just make sure you add that into your program. But one thing you can't say we ain't been training biceps, we definitely have. We haven't been doing a lot of bicep exercises. We'll do one or two, but you remember, we've been doing a lot of splits. We've pretty much been doing full body workout every time we work out. Yeah. If you've noticed, we hit legs. The only time we didn't hit legs was earlier this week. That's it, which was Sunday. So just be mindful of that. Remember, last time we did dips, I've been giving you some crazy tricep and bicep exercises. We did hammer curls. Hammer curls is gonna work that outside. When you get that separation, you see that separation on the arm? That's from doing hammers. That's not just from doing a lot of preacher curls. You're just not used to, you say this because you're used to us doing a lot of that in between. Like we might do a compound, then we'll do some type of isolation work, and we ain't been doing that. I'll give you that. So one thing I want you to do too when you're doing these, make sure you're not doing a lot of this jerking motion, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna go into the 20 of these. Feel good, feel good. And you can be a little bit explosive with those if you want to slow it down to feel more of a burn. You know how we get time and attention too, but remember, we switch it up over here. Let's get it.